Oh my gosh. So, there was a one moment in this chapter in particular that a lot of people are going to be drooling over, and you know what moment I'm talking about. The also transformation sequence we got with Reiju, where she went completely naked for about a couple of seconds there. The Sailor Moon transformation was hotter than hell. Seriously though, hell of a chapter. So, let's start off with the cover page. Actually, we're starting a new cover page with Battle and Meal, which is kind of cool. So we see the Bato Club possibly making its way back to its own, where Battle and Meal comes from. So that's kind of cool. So it's probably going to cover that four chapters of that. So though we've got 2 weeks to wait for the next chapter, but I'm not even mad about that because it's an amazing chapter. The chaos continues on Whole Cake Island. However, I'm pretty sure we're halfway through the doorstep at the end of this arc, so there's not a lot of time left. Plus, we're pretty much halfway through the year, and we've got to get to the Reverie. So this has to be wrapped up by the time we get back after the break. So, and I have a couple of I have a certain feeling of how things are going to play out from here. So we start off with DeFeld. Ashley got his hands on the Tomate Bucko box, but if you noticed, there's a plot twist because that box was not open yet. I think that if it wanted to be open, right, to explode, it would have done it in this chapter, right? So there's a reason it did go off, and I think I have a reason as to why. So, and if you notice by the end of this chapter, Big Mom snaps out of a frantic, crazed rampage. So she's back to her fighting self. She's not back to her senses because she had no senses to begin with. Hit a blow, a critical blow to Capone, and Capone even says, "Listen, if this castle gets destroyed, it's like my body being destroyed. I die. So you guys get spit out like yesterday's garbage, and you're left to face the wrath of the Big Mom pirates. So something has to happen to where Straw Hats have to escape Whole Cake Island pretty soon. So we start off with Luffy and company. Luffy actually starts fangirling over the fact that Capone is a castle now. So you see Darby, Chopper, and Carrot actually get caught. See Commander, Smoothie actually gets a hold of Nami, so she actually did something in this chapter. You see Commander Oven get a hold of Chopper, and saw Daifuku actually grab a hold of Carrot. So thanks to the Vinsmoke, they end up getting saved. So that was an epic moment. Katakuri uses Mochi ability to snag Brule, so they can't use any mirrors to escape out of Whole Cake Island. So there's no way they can escape through any mirrors now because they have Brule. So that's a problem. Plus, Caesar and Capone are both targeted. They said, Caesar and Capone could not betray the Straw Hats, at least not in this arc. They're going to have to put in the work. Actually, Capone was actually trying to fight Big Mom because he actually tried to fire some cannons off in front of those hits. So, because remember, in the previous chapter, the KX launchers as well as the missiles got dissolved by the Konkrasaki of Big Mom because the Konkrasaki she used knocked DeFold, pretty much knocked the Tomate Bucko box out of his hands and off the Whole Cake Chateau. So it was still activated there. So why didn't she use that to dissolve the cannonballs? I found that very ironic. So could those cannonballs have done some damage? Katakuri did a lot in this chapter. So did Perispero. He actually used his candy abilities to actually grab a hold of Capone's arms and legs so he can't move. So he's immobile. So he's used as a punching bag by Big Mom by the end of this chapter. He gets one hit. He says, obviously he cannot take another hit. We know Big Mom's physical capabilities already. So yeah, he's fucked if he takes another hit. So something has to happen in the next chapter. But obviously the shining moment of this chapter goes to the Vinsmokes. That's an epic panel where we saw each of the Vinsmokes. What would have made it even more epic if Sanji was with them. But obviously it was Vinsmokes getting suited up. I like how each of them have the belts for the representative number. You have the belt with one for EGG. You have 2 obviously for Niji. You have 4 for Yanji. You have 0 for Reiju, and then you have J for Judge. So I thought that was kind of cool. Vinsmokes going ham. Reiju ends up going in and intercepting Commander Smoothie, and I called it. I said it from the beginning. She would end up fighting Smoothie. The alliance between Luffy and obviously the Vinsmokes was bound to happen sooner or later. So that was obvious. So, and by the end of this chapter, they're all inside Capone at this point in time. So they got to come up with a plan, and I'll tell you what I think that plan is in a minute. But I thought it's kind of cool that Reiju actually did some damage to Commander Smoothie. And if you look at how she complimented Reiju, it's like, oh, this girl is trouble. She's bad news. That is the commander of a Yonko giving praise to one of the Vinsmokes, okay? So you cannot tell me the Vinsmokes are not up there when it comes to the commander. I think they're up there when it comes to the Yonko commanders. And we talked about this. Who would go up against them? Well, I think we just had our answer. Plus, have fear inside them. I said this. They're the perfect enemies to go against Big Mom. Each of them had the badass panels to shine. I find it ironic that Niji, who deals with electricity attacks, was the one that ends up saving Carrot, because she deals with electricity as well. So I thought that's kind of cool. Yeah, Yanji ends up helping out Chopper. Yeah, obviously Reiju ends up helping Nami. But no, he says that as a way of catching Nami. So the scene in this chapter with Sanji catching Nami in his arms definitely is a recall or shout out to the scene we got in Thriller Bark where Nami falls in the hands of Sanji when he interrupts the attempted wedding between Absalom and Nami. And I find it ironic because both of those moments happened to take place at a wedding. The difference this time being that Nami was awake and she had a smile on her face after Sanji caught Sanji's arms. Now, I'm not going to say there's any romantic feelings between the two, but I will say there seems to be a lot more development and growth and much stronger bond between the two than when this arc first started. So I really like that type of development between the two. And it almost seems like Nami has warmed up to Sanji a little bit. Normally, back in the day, Nami would have trounced and beat the shit out of Sanji for holding Nami in the way that he did. But she didn't do it. She smiled, and I like that development they got between in this arc. So that's kind of cool. And also, if you notice the panel where we saw Pudding, we did get to see her facial expressions of fully. But was that some type of jealousy, or was that implied for a reason? So I thought that kind of ironic. So maybe Pudding will come to terms with Sanji by the end of this arc. I didn't see Pudding at all with the Big Mom Pirates, did you? And I didn't see her inside Capone as of right now. So, but then again, they did take Brule back and they haven't killed her. And Brule fucked up massively. So, but then not as bad as Pudding because she refused to shoot Sanji. Look, I said this in my previous review. Somebody has to, or some people have to stay behind to make sure the Straw Hats leave. Look at the way this chapter plays itself out. Capone can't do anything. He can't move. In my opinion, I think the Vinsmokes, I said Jinbei, he might be, but not by himself. It makes no sense because you go up against, now you go, unless, and here's another thing too. The Tomato Buckle box has not gone off yet. The moment she hears that explosion and she realizes it's gone, what do you think is going to happen? She's going to freak out all over again. She may unleash a frantic state again, which would immobilize Big Mom, which I think the Vinsmokes will come in to deal some damage to not only the commanders, but also the Big Mom pirates. And plus it would make perfect sense because Jinbei wanted to break her rule for under Big Mom so he could join the Straw Hats. What better way to do that? To defy Big Mom and to protect the Straw Hats. But the Vinsmokes, I think, are due to actually help out as well, and I'll tell you why. Just think about everything that's gone on up until this point, okay? Look at how Reiju was complimented by Commander Smoothie, right? I'm pretty sure EGG may be able to go head-to-head with Captain Curry. I think that's a fair assessment right now. I know from just look at how ironic this would be, okay? Think about how the Vinsmokes have used that German 66 army, clone army, has nothing but walls. We've seen it with Judge. We saw it with VHD at the very beginning when they said wall. We saw the devotion from the German 66. How appropriate would it be if the Vinsmokes, actually all of them, served as the wall for Sanji to leave Whole Cake Island? Not only that, but also Jinbei being the one to let so that Luffy and the Straw Hats leave Whole Cake Island. Again, it makes perfect sense. I don't know if Jinbei's going to stay with them, but it would make perfect sense. I just got those vibes again in this chapter. So somebody's obviously going to have to stay behind. I know Luffy doesn't want the Vinsmokes to die, and neither do I. I know Sanji wants to make sure they stay alive, but listen to me, okay? How else do you see them escape on Whole Cake Island at this point in time? Mate Bucko Box goes off. It gets Big Mom's distraction. It may even freak her out to the point where she's immobile. So the the commanders could be targeted by the Vinsmokes. That could be the plan. Jinbei could be the one source as the final person to actually protect the Straw House so they can go to Wano. So I don't know. I just got those vibes. Not saying it's definitely going to happen, but one thing is for sure though, Capone is in deep trouble if Big Mom lands another hit. So he can't tank another hit, no pun intended. Her physical capabilities against Capone without using Zeus and Prometheus in present time. So all those theories that Big Mom was scared to use her physical strength, that is bullshit. If she gets pissed off enough, she will use her fist to fuck up Capone. She said, "I'm coming for you, beige. Prepare yourself." So I just thought something, most importantly, it would serve as an appropriate way of getting actually some of the Charlotte family members, the Big Mom pirates, out of the picture. So Big Mom by the end of this arc is by herself again. It would come full circle to what happened in the flashback. So I don't know. It makes perfect sense, and if Judge is the one to do it, because remember, he was betrayed by Big Mom. We got 2 weeks to wait, so there's a lot of time to speculate what could happen next. Awesome moment with Reiju, can't spill that out enough. Awesome moment with the Vinsmokes, and we got a cute moment with Sanji and Nami. So the Sanji and Nami shippers are gonna have fun with that. So I like this chapter a lot. Obviously, we've got 2 weeks to wait, so that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like this review if you did, appreciate that. Comment down what you thought about this chapter. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece. Catch you guys later.